Okay, so you guys wanted me to make a tutorial on how to build in Roblox Studio, so that's what I'm gonna do. I pinged the Sleepy server and asked you guys if you'd be interested in watching a video on how to build, and yeah, you guys wanted it, so that's what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna teach you guys how to build. I'm not gonna teach you anything too advanced, but I will teach you things that can definitely help you start. But there's a few things I want to consider before we get straight in the tutorial. Okay, so the first thing you guys should bear in mind is that literally anyone can build on Roblox. Like, don't tell yourself you can't do it when you've barely tried it. Because Studio is a lot more simple than people make it out to be. Roblox has like specifically designed it to make it as simple as possible for anyone to learn, and like I feel like anybody can build on Studio. You just gotta learn the layout and what everything, what the different tools do, etc. And that's what I want to teach you guys today. It's just the basic tools to get you guys started, and hopefully you can start building something. Because if you guys have a little bit of creativity or just like feel inspired by something and you feel like it's something you would want to make, then you should definitely try. Because that's exactly how NYC started. I saw an image on Google, and that's how this whole thing started. I saw an image on Google and it like inspired me to make this. This wasn't even supposed to be a vibe game. This was meant to be like a showcase. But that was before I met Matt. Sleep calls. But anyway, it's a vibe game now and it's doing really well. But yeah, I'm just gonna get into this tutorial now, but I just wanted to let you guys know that literally anyone can build. Anyone with a little bit of creativity and a little bit of knowledge in Studio, which is what I'm gonna give you guys today, can build. Literally, don't tell yourself you can't, because it's easier than people make it out to be. But yeah, let's just get into this tutorial now. Okay, so for anyone that hasn't got Roblox Studio installed, if you guys head over to the Create tab on the Roblox website, and then you press Studio Docs, it should just download for you, and then you can just click on it and go straight into it. Alright, so once you guys are in Studio, you should just have this regular page. Just click on the base plate. It gives you different templates to use. Just click on base plate. And once that's loaded in, there should be nothing here. There will be one part in the workspace, and it'll be the base plate. So we're gonna start off by inserting our first part. So on this top bar here, you will see this block, and it just says part. Just want to click it, and it will insert a part for us here. So at the top, you have different tools which you can use to manipulate the part. So we have the move tool, which is you move things side to side, backwards, down, up. You know how it works. It's pretty simple. Next thing we have is scale. You can make things bigger. You can make things smaller. If you hold control while you're dragging things, it will move from both sides. Or if you just drag it without holding control, you can just do it like that as well. Holding control can make things a lot more precise. Yeah, we'll just keep our part like this for now. Rotate. It's different. So you have these. You have green, red, and blue. Let you rotate it at different angles, axes, I guess. And you have these like line points on it, which tells you every 45 degrees which you're turning it. But yeah, we'll just keep ours how it was. So then the next thing we're going to look at is anchoring. So every part that you insert into Studio, it will not be anchored by default. So you can press this button here and it anchors it. Basically what anchoring does, it makes sure that your part does not move like at all. It like glues it basically. There's no way that your part can be moved. So yeah, I've done it a couple of times where I've built something and I haven't anchored it, and then I go in to test it and it all falls apart. So make sure all your parts are anchored. That's a very important thing to do. Next thing we have is material and color. Material and color can also be found on the properties tab. When you have a part selected, it will all the properties for the part will show here. So we have like the brick color. We'll make it red, and then you have normal color, which lets you choose like a more precise color. But if you're not looking for a precise color, then you can just use the brick color chart. Material lets you change the material. You can make it grass, brick, sand, all types of shit. But I'll just keep it as plastic for now. Reflectance basically it makes it reflect the skybox. So whatever your skybox is, it will reflect on the part. So if I change that skybox to something else, we made it like, let's use this rainbow one. So the skybox is now rainbow, and because we have a reflectance all the way up, it also does it on the part. That looks really trippy. Wow, that's crazy actually. What the hell? But yeah, if we just turn the reflectance back down again, it should completely remove it. You can create some pretty cool effects by just having slight reflectance on it. As you can see, it looks like it looks wet. It looks like it's been raining or something on it. It's pretty cool. But yeah, let's change our skybox back. Let's put our reflectance back down. And then we have transparency. Now this is you can use transparency for a lot of things, like creating invisible walls, so people can, you know, like stop, you know, running out of your map where they're not supposed to be. You can create glass with it, like make like blue. You can create glass. You can do all sorts of things with transparency. And then if we go further down, you have stuff like can collide. And basically, what can collide does, it basically how can I explain this? So like if you can touch the part or not. So like if you can go through it or if not. So like if I made the part like can collide is on, which means I can't walk through it. It's a solid object and it will be in my way. But if I take off can collide, if I untick it and then I play here, once it loads, we can walk through it. Basically, this is if you want to make doors and stuff, this is a good property to use. You can just walk through it. And then we have let's take it again. Anchored, which I already mentioned, and we have locked. And what locked basically does, it makes you cannot select the part anymore. If you accidentally do this to a part and you can't find the part in the Explorer, if you guys go to lock and then you click the down arrow and you click on unlock all, it should unlock every part in the workspace for you. So yeah, even the base plate. But I'm gonna lock the base plate again because yeah, it just makes it easier for me to select the parts that are on it. So we have size. If you guys want to be really precise about where your part is, then you can use the size property here. Let's make it like 15, 8. You know, you can be a lot more precise with the size property in the properties tab. If you guys accidentally delete these tabs and you're wondering where they've gone, if you guys go up here to view, you'll have Explorer and properties, and you can just click on them again and you can get them back. Same with the toolbox. You can find the toolbox tab here if you close it, or you can find it on the view tab. Then you have like output, which is for scripting, which is completely irrelevant to me because I can't script. But yeah, we have the terrain tab. So the terrain tab can also be found on the view page if you lose it. But let's click on the terrain editor. So you can generate, you can import, and you can clear all terrain, and then you can create a region of terrain. So like you make like a box, you drag a box, and then you do that, and then you press fill. Let's put water in here, for example, and you can just fill a certain part of the map. Or you can be more precise and you can use the edit tools. Let's do sand, and you can draw it basically. Like I could write my name with it or something, you know. I know that's pretty bad, but that's supposed to say side effects, but yeah, you get the point. There's all types of different ones you can use. So like a road, which makes it so like your path like wears away and it like, you know what I mean. Or you can paint it. So if we turn it all the way down and we want to have a little bit of ground on it, we can paint it. The terrain tool is pretty satisfying to use. I do enjoy using it. I'm not a pro, but it's not hard to use at all. Oh yeah, one more thing about terrain. if you guys have grass, you can actually put like actual real animated grass on it. So if you guys go to the terrain property, the terrain tab in the Explorer, you will have a decoration. If you tick that, it will put grass on your grass. Your actual grass will have normal animated grass on it then. You can enable it, disable it. You have material colors, so you can, you know, change the color of all the materials that the terrain editor offers you. Make it bright pink. If I don't know what you'd want bright pink grass for, but do what you please. And then you can also change the, you know, the watercolor, and like you can adjust the water speed, the transparency. If you want it to be like an ocean, make it really wavy, and yeah, you can experiment with that. That's the best thing about Studio, is experimenting. You can learn all types of things by yourself, just by playing around with it. But yeah, so we have spawn. Spawn is a quite important one. If you go to the model tab and then press spawn, you can insert a spawn pad basically. So then if I want to like put it over there and I press play, this is where everyone will spawn basically. I'm sure most people know that. But yeah, this is a spawn pad. So what you can do with the spawn pad to make it invisible and make it look a lot neater, because it is quite ugly. If you click on this arrow next to it, you'll have decal, and the decal is like this icon on top of it. You can remove that. We can make it we can turn the transparency all the way up so it's invisible, and then we can put the can colloid on none, so you can't touch it. You can just spawn on it, but you won't even know it's there because it's invisible and you can't touch it. It's like a ghost. But yeah, if I put it over there again and then I test, it just makes an invisible spawn basically, and it's just a lot neater than to have a full grey block one. But yeah, most games do that. It's common sense really. But yeah, we can remove that now. You have effects like fire, surface light. I'll get into that in another video. But the next thing I want to teach you is lighting. So lighting is basically the shadows, the brightness, the time of day in your game, where the sun is positioned. It can all be adjusted in the lighting tab, in the lighting properties. So as you can see, the sun is coming down in this direction towards the part. Obviously the sun, you know, the light can't come through the part, so it has created a little shadow. Shadowing can make your games look really good. Like if you have really good lighting, it can make your game look a lot better than it actually is. So I recommend that everybody uses the lighting and tries to get used to it, because it can make your games look a lot better than they actually are. So the brightness, or the ambient, I mean, is basically adjusts the, you know, the lighting color. So if you want to have like a vibey game, you can make it purple, or if you want to have like red, make it look like hell or something. I don't know what you guys want to do. And then the brightness, this basically adjusts the brightness of the sun. So if I turn it all the way down, there won't be no shadows, there won't be anything, because the sun's not bringing any light down. So yeah, we'll put it back at like 2 is the default. You shouldn't have to adjust the brightness too much in most games. Be careful how you use it, because it can ruin some aspects of your game. Color shift is also like the shadowing color, or like when the sun's like reflecting off something, or basically you can adjust the color of it. So everywhere where the sun is shining, it's changing the color of it. So like if it was like evening-ish time and your sun was like orangey, you could adjust it to make it look orange. You can make the map look a lot warmer, give it like a summertime effect. This is what I use in NYC at the moment. And yeah, so color shift top, color shift bottom. Diffuse scale, what this basically does, it like reflects light color from the skybox. Same with specular scale, you can turn those up, and they're pretty cool. So if I go to like skybox and I insert purple one, as you can see, it makes everything slightly purple because of the light and effect coming off of the skybox. Yeah, we can turn this back off. Next thing we have is shadow softness. Shadow softness is basically how defined your shadows are. So we can make it a lot softer and we can make it a lot more jagged. I don't recommend making it jagged. Make it like 0.1. 0.1 is probably the smoothest and more refined one you can get. Anything below it does get a little bit blocky. We don't really want that. We want smooth shadows in our game. Ignore global shadows. That one's just stupid. It's no, you don't want to turn off shadows in games. It's a really, unless you're making like a low poly super undetailed game, then maybe. But most games keep global shadows on. Outdoor ambient basically wait, let me turn down the diffuse scale. It's basically makes the outdoors a lot darker. You can adjust the color outside. You can do all types of stuff. You can make it look like, you know, summertime, or you can give it like a cold blue, make it look cold outside. You can do all types of things with outdoor ambient. And all of these properties can work really well together. Just experiment with them and see what you guys can do. Next thing is clock time. So basically the position of the sun. So we turn it all the way down to like 11 p.m. It's dark and the moon is up. But then we can put it like 7 a.m. and it comes up. I put it back where it was, up there. We can also, you know, it's a really good thing because you can position your shadows. It changes where your shadows are. So if I change the sun, it moves the shadows depending on where the sun is, which is really cool. You can play around with this and you can make really cool shadow effects through like window frames and stuff like that. That's what I do in MIC, and it creates a really nice effect when you walk in and you see the shadows coming through the windows from the sunlight. It's really nice. Then you have geographical latitude, which basically it like rotates the sun and it creates like a smaller threshold for the sun to like circulate around your map. You can just play around with this, but unless your game has like a day and night cycle, it doesn't matter how you play around with this, to be honest. So like we have it be, let's see, the sun is beaming straight directly towards it and it's created a long shadow behind it. But yeah, we'll put our sun back up there for now. I'm pretty sure this is where it was before. Right there, okay. So yeah, so that's clock time, geographic latitude, and then time of day. So time of day is the same as clock time, but if you want to be extra precise on where it is, you can do so. You can be very precise, like 3:45. Yeah, it's just more precise. Then the last thing, exposure compensation. I've never really used this. I don't really see the point in it. Unless you want to look like you go into heaven or something, I really don't really see the point in using that. I've never used it, so I don't really have anything to say on it. Then the last thing we have is fog color. So we can put the fog end at like 300 and it adds like a fog effect to the map. Put it on 0 and practically everything is gone. It's just good for making like horror games, or you don't even have to like make it like that. You can get like 500 maybe, or like 1000, and you can adjust the color and make it like maybe like a blue, and you can give it like that tycoon low poly kind of style effect, which is cool. Yeah, we'll turn that off for now. You can also make it black, and when you make it black, as you can see, it looks quite scary. It's just like this is like replicating light basically. You can make it look really dark, especially in horror games. This looks really scary, but it does like bug out over parts and stuff, but it's whatever. Let's turn that back off. Okay, so yeah, that's lighting. I'm pretty sure that's everything I can teach you guys. The basic stuff is just parts, lighting, and terrain. Those are the essential things that you guys are gonna wanna, you know, ensure you guys have in your game. I'm gonna publish this just as an example on what you guys should do when you publish your game. So if you guys are done with your game, or you're finished for the day and you want to test it in game, you guys want to go to file and then you want to go to publish the ROBLOX. So go to publish the ROBLOX and then just call it, I'm just going to call this test, give it a random description, and then you can choose the group you want it to be in. Just, I'm not going to put it in a group. The devices that it's on, you know, you can change that, and then you just press create basically. successfully published. Now, if you want people to be able to play it, you need to go to game settings, which is on the home tab, and then you have every detail about the game is here. So if you go to permissions, you have the permission to make it so friends can play, public, everyone can play. We'll put it on friends. We'll put it on public. And then you have paid access if people have to pay to play, how much private servers are. This is all scripting stuff. I don't really need to get into that really. And then you have the version of the game. Like every time you publish, it will show it here. So in case you publish something and it's not right and you want to go back to what the game was before, it will show all the times you've published here, so you can edit that version of the game that you published. The scale, you can change the scale of people's avatars if they have to be R6, Afro. You can change their size, the shirts they wear. It's pretty cool. Gravity, work speed, all types of things in the world tab, and then the last one is options. Doesn't really matter unless you're a scripter, basically. Just leave that. And you can also shut down all servers, but that doesn't matter. There's no one to play for that to affect the game. And then game icon and thumbnail. You can also do that on the website too. So if we press save now, the game should be published. Yep, it's published. So then if we go back over to Roblox and I refresh my develop page, there we go, and we have test. So then we can go straight into this and we can play it, and yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So I don't know why I really wanted to make this video, because I feel like a lot of people complain about how building is complicated, when in reality it's really not. Like literally anyone can do this. I just feel like people need to learn Studio, and once you've learned Studio and you have a little bit of creativity, you can literally build anything, guys. Okay, so that pretty much sums up the video. I love Studio. I love building on Roblox. It's pretty much a passion for me. I do it every day, and I've been doing it every day for the last year or so, and I've really came quite far from doing it. If you guys are looking to be successful, if you're looking to own stupid pixel hats like me, if you're looking to make a living off Roblox, you definitely want to consider doing this. It's a lot easier than people think, and I definitely think everyone should give it a try. Once you learn Studio and the basics and you feel inspired to build something, I guarantee you'll be able to build it in Studio. So yeah, I just wanted to teach you guys the basics, and hopefully you guys can get started on some projects. And if you guys have started any projects, please send them to me, let me know. I'd love to check them out and rate them for you guys and maybe help you guys with them as well. But yeah, I'm not going to ask you to subscribe and stuff because I really don't care about that. I just wanted to make a video for you guys. So yeah, if anything, I want you guys to make games and send them to me. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Cheers.